What's today's date? Oh, 11th. Okay, welcome everybody to Kim's video journal. Today's date is the 11th of November. It's been a couple of weeks.
More than a couple.
No, it's just over a couple of weeks since our last time. Kim just wants to chat about basics. Nothing else really. We do the usual questions. I think she just wants to have a quick rundown of what's been in the last couple of weeks. And we'll go from there. Okay, let's start with the questions. What is your name?
Kim Tolton.
How old are you?
57.
What is your date of birth?
22nd of July, 63.
Who are you talking to?
My husband Steve.
How many children do you have?
4.
And their names?
Leslie and Christopher, Carly and Michael.
What season are we in?
I think it's now winter.
What are your grandchildren's names?
Alfie and Alaya and Mia and Corey and Sky.
Name a... Oh no, what's your favourite colour?
Orange.
Name a fruit beginning with the letter P.
Pomegranate.
What was your last job?
I was an advanced nurse practitioner working with patients with bowel cancer.
What year is it presently?
I think it's 2020.
What was the song you danced with your granddad?
Moon River.
What is 100 take away 3? What was the name of yours and Sean's pony?
Angus.
What is your favourite hobby?
Horse riding.
What town do we live in?
Battlesbridge.
What day is Christmas Day?
December the 25th.
Hold up 3 fingers.
1, 2, 3.
Name any Carpenter's song that you like to sing.
I'm on top of the world.
Um,
Most of the time.
Okay, next to you is a book, Rosa's Thai Cafe. The introduction has 9 subjects. Would you like to read them out?
Okay. Small bites. Salads. Soups. Curries. Stir fries. Grills. And marinades. Noodles. And sweet beans.
Okay. Obviously, we can do catch up with news first. So it's been a couple of weeks. Is there any changes that you can remember that's been going on at the moment?
Well, first one was I got my appointment to see the neuro-ophthalmologist who did lots of tests on my eyes and told me that my eyes themselves function normally, but my brain is unable to process what I see, and that's why sometimes I get vertigo and problems, particularly on my left side, so I tend to knock things over if they're on the left side, or I don't see them on the left side. But the right side is affected, but just not as badly. And so I am now registered partially sighted as a result. Was there anything else from that day? Was there? We went up to Queen's, up towards London, for the appointment. I was quite nervous about going, but I was really impressed with the one-way system that they've got in place, and it felt all very COVID secure, so I wasn't nervous in the end. What else? Well, I think we probably said, going back a while, that our poor house has been the victim of climate change, and we've got the severest form of subsidence in our beautiful home. And we've been waiting for quite a long time. Sorry, that was one of my nice twitches, and I bet you missed it.
It'll be on video, so.
What was I saying?
About the subsidence.
Subsidence, and we've been waiting what seems like ages and ages, waiting for next door to get their trees cut down. We cut down. We had someone come in and cut down the trees that had to be removed in our garden. But next door had 4 beautiful big, well, 3 big, I've forgotten the name of them.
What koala is he?
Eucalyptus trees, huge. I hated the bark that was always coming off, and the leaves that were always falling off.
In the last few years, the crows.
And the crows that were nesting in the trees. But I have to say, it gave us a beautiful, beautiful backdrop for the garden. And the noise that the trees made was just beautiful, as they moved in the trees. And they've all been felled now. I think there's got a little bit more to do next door, but otherwise that's pretty much done. So hopefully now, don't know when because of COVID, but hopefully soon they'll be able to start doing the remedial work on the house, because we've got, the whole house is going to have to be replastered.
Well, the extension of the...
And the extension part of the house has got to be redone, replastered, and there's lots of bits and bobs that conservatory has got to be sorted, because that's all moved over, so that needs to be made safe again. And it's been heartbreaking actually, hasn't it, watching the house slowly sort of just becoming very creaky and groany. I mean, even tiles on the kitchen floor have come loose, and all of which are then hazards for me, because I don't see things and tend to trip and fall face plant onto the floor sometimes. Trip over things, never good for me. But there you are. and I'm very sad because I can't go riding.
Why is that?
My riding because of the lockdown.
Because that's new since your last
But
talk.
I understand. As a nurse, I entirely agree with what the government have done there.
So how long is this lockdown? Can you remember?
No.
So it's from the beginning of November till
1st of December.
yeah, more or less. Yeah, so it's a month. So we're halfway through.
Okay.
So fingers crossed for Christmas.
Yeah.
Not that we've got much sorted for Christmas.
It started though, haven't you?
Christmas bits
Going
of Christmas
to be
shopping.
very
And
quiet. I don't know if we'll be having my dad here. It all depends on COVID and the government's guidelines, whether or not we'll be.
you have to see
able to-
people or people can see us.
That might not want to have dinner with us, but I suspect he will, because he's had a bit of a break. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I've got a little bit of Christmas cake sitting out there, and some nice truffles sitting out there.
And
Haven't got the goose for you yet. I just eat veggies because I'm lifelong vegetarian, but
I've got to go to Waitrose for that.
mm,
They're the only ones that are doing organic, so and banned.
mm.
But yeah, you've got all your treats. You've got your little gingerbread, German gingerbread stars, and your coconut Lindt chocolates, your toffee fee, your caramelised nuts, Genoa cake, Christmas cake. I think Christmas is mainly for you, Han.
I love Christmas. It's a bit different this year.
It's you for the food.
Normally Steve would already be sourcing the Christmas tree, and
well, Christmas tree farm's not ready yet, so another
No.
couple of weeks.
no, because the pumpkin farm part of their business is only just finished, isn't it? So we're just waiting for them to get all the Christmas trees in. But
On Christmas, what else have you been doing?
I have been busy making Christmas cards.
And also in the box.
Oh,
Fix
and
the string.
tags, Christmas tags to go on everything. So I've been busy doing that.
Not
I
many
just get-
mistakes.
That's debatable.
No, out of 50, there was only a dozen. And then when you did those dozen, there was only 3.
But
And then you sorted
I
them
get
out.
very frustrated because it's not the quality that I would have made things as a lifelong crafter. And
What was it our parents used to say when we made things for them? It's the
I know it's the thought that counts, but I'm a perfectionist, and this disease is stripping me of my independence slowly but surely, and needing more support from Steve, sure, you know,
well, not with the singing.
steadily.
You like your singing and dancing. You're both good.
I
at
do
both.
like me singing and dancing
And your horse riding.
and me horse
So
riding.
there are 3 things that you do without me.
No, you still have to come
I
because
know,
of
and I have to
COVID,
turn the
you
music
have to-
on and pick the records,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I can still leave you to it.
You only get 2 hours in the day where I'm doing the exercises, and otherwise it's full on for Steve. Poor thing. So I don't know how all you guys out there are doing. I worry about my dad because he's on his own. He is his worst enemy because he won't put his hearing aid in, so when he does try to talk to you, he doesn't hear what you're saying, and so he doesn't follow the conversations. He's my dad, and I love him.
Sean come back from his
And
holiday.
yeah, my brother Sean came back from his extended holiday. Been out there for about 6 months, I think.
No, 6 weeks.
6 weeks, was it? Why did I think 6 weeks?
Feels like it, huh? And then he had to
He had to
stay
sort of
indoors.
isolate, didn't he?
Yeah.
So 2 weeks? Or?
Yeah. And then he come round and picked his car up because we had his car for those 4 or 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's another space out there.
But I haven't seen my grandchildren in a very long time. Before lockdown. Second lockdown, I should say. We had a bit of a struggle to get Steve booked or contacted the surgery because we always get our flu jabs, and so they noted Steve's and then said, well, your wife hasn't got a sticker on her. Whatever you call it.
You weren't down on the system to have a flu
I wasn't down on
jab.
the system to have flu jab. Now, ever since I had my spinal injury, it was drummed into me that I absolutely must have my flu jab annually. And then when I was diagnosed with dementia, with it being a neurological problem, it was drummed into me even more then that I really, really needed to have the flu jab. But I was a bit stressed about it, but I wasn't overly concerned because I thought it would get sorted, and it did. Steve had to ring up about 3 days on the trot to see if they've been able to sort it, and they have now. So we're booked in to have our flu jabs, and I think Steve knows it's important that I have my flu jabs anyway, because the last time I had a viral infection I went a bit gaga, didn't I, darling? And I was wandering around in the dark doing silly things. Joys of Alzheimer's. But there you go. So I don't think we'll be buying each other Christmas gifts this year.
Well, you've already told me all the stuff you want. So.
Oh yeah. I'm nearly out of my Charlotte Tilbury perfume. I'm nearly out of my Poison perfume.
After I bought your saucepan set and told you that was your Christmas present.
Yeah, but I don't see pots and pans as a Christmas gift, really. It's not a Christmas gift. It's not even a birthday gift.
So you remember that?
So I hope all of you out there are staying safe. And if you're not already got a bubble, do find someone to bubble up with, get a bubble going so that you're not on your own, because it must be dreadful to be going through this pandemic and being entirely on your own all the time. I can't imagine what it must be like. And I hope you all look after yourselves. And
And normally you say, is there any good things or bad things about weeks? Anything good? I think probably you pick things, that's something off our minds, because now you're classed as partially sighted. That can go on there.
Steve's got to register it with.
Well, we've got to wait for the doctor to send that through, and that will then go through to the council, so they may contact you to see if we need any help in any way.
Yeah.
Sad things is obviously your horse riding's now stopped for the month.
I'm sad that those beautiful trees have gone.
Oh, and I think something else that needs to be picked up is how you felt today, to do with your Alzheimer's. Because obviously that's what this is about, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got very tearful today for some reason.
I did.
Why was that?
Because I've always been fiercely independent, and I hate having to keep relying on Steve, and I feel the frustration in his voice sometimes, or his stance, and I know I'm placing a huge burden on him. And I love making cards or making gifts and things like that. And I just got very upset that the Kim of 3.5, 4 years ago is very different to the Kim of today.
I think normally you're pretty strong about everything, no matter what. But I think today was just one of those things you got yourself frustrated because you couldn't see where the holes are going in the tags.
Trying to punch the holes for the gift tags. And
it's very easy for someone to say, look, this is what you need to do, but when you can't see what they're trying to show you, stop. Obviously get frustrating. So today, for about 10 minutes, it wasn't a good day.
I don't let it get me down for very long, but I do get moments where it gets overwhelming, and there are times where I just go, I wish this blasted illness would leave me, and I know it won't, and it can't. And I know that there's no point in wasting the energy over what I can't do now, and concentrate on what I can still do. And in the main, I manage that, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
But every so often it just becomes a bit overwhelming. That's all I can say, really.
Well, fingers crossed the rest of the week will go okay. Till our next one.
It again, I just had another twitch.
Oh, I missed it obviously, but I suppose if I play back the video I'll see it.
They're very discreet. It's part of, they do see it in Alzheimer's, so these involuntary twitches and jerks that my body is increasingly throwing out at me, and might be a head or a shoulder or an arm or an elbow. Those I don't mind too bad, because they're just not much of a muchness, but it just reminds me every time that I have a number of serious neurological conditions, and that's it really. So I'm sure we will check in again just before Christmas at least, and wish you all a happy Christmas then, and hopefully have had annual Christmas tree up, you know, get a fresh Christmas tree, and
You forgot one thing, but you can't show it because you've got trousers on.
oh yeah.
No, you can't. Wait till next time.
Really.
Yeah.
I'll have to wear something next time to show you finished
Your very last.
my very, and it should look better because it's still a bit stabby. But my last tattoo has been completed. Right. Thank you all for watching and listening, and as always, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to do the little box underneath and send a message, and we'll do our best to answer anything, whether it's questions about how to source the information or whatever, and we'll do our best to help. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks again for listening and watching.